Hi Mario, I finally succeeded in decoupling our modules development. First I will show you how we can integrate a module into our application. After that I will show you how we are able to manage permissions in our application. At the moment here you can see 4 tabs are open. This is actually the administration side of our application, and the second one is module 1, third one is our authentication server, and the fourth one is module 2. At the moment I just show you how we can integrate another module into our application. Okay, actually a module is a separate application or a separate project that will be a web API that can be developed by anyone. Database can be different and can be deployed to any server. What we have to do, we have to just add that project into our existing application. Let's say I name it module 3. Okay, it will be always an web API application because the front end is using our web service to render the views. Okay, let's go with default application. Okay, now let's do some few tweaks. Let's rename it module 3. And one more thing we have to do, we have to provide the key. Actually machine key is used to generate unique authentication tokens. So if a project with same machine key, if we are requesting to a project with the same machine key that our authentication server have, then it can authenticate. Actually this machine key is used for authentication. So let's add this into our module 3. Okay, at the moment you can see here in controllers, by default a controller has been added and its name is values controller and it is authorized. Let's remove this authorized attribute and remove the extra one. Okay, at the moment this module is just allowing values controller to send a GET request. Now the tweak is, when anyone develop a web API project, then the every controller action will have its own authorized attribute. The convention for that is you have to add authorize and add a role like this. The first is your module name. Actually it's our backend management, we give a module a name or a key. Let's say I give this module a key module 3 m3, then underscore the controller name. Controller name is a feature actually, so let's values, and the third one is the action, that is get. You can write any name, but if you follow this convention it would be easy to integrate into our application. Just have to do this. Next, what they will provide, they will provide these roles that the whole application. Let's say if I add another controller and add in another method, and also add an attribute, then they have to provide that attribute. At the moment they will they will tell us that this module is have a one action method and that has this role. It's mean a user with this role can get access. Okay, now we are going to integrate, so let's add into our, now this is our main application. What we have to do, just run a script in the backend database. At the moment I created a method to add these roles or permissions into the database. So let's go into this and go account add role. Okay, before going to that, we also have to add this new module into our database. In modules we have a new module named M3. Okay, now this module have one controller or one feature, so that controller's name is values, and this should be linked to the module. This is why I added that ID. Okay, next, this controller have one action method, can be many, but at the moment I have only one action method. I can rename it what I want, but let's say get on. Okay, the controller is 3. Here we will add this weeks. I know this gets very confusing, but later on when we develop a workflow, then it would get very easy to integrate any module into our main application. Okay, now when I go to my main application, here we will have admin and user. Now let's go to manage user permissions. Okay, now you can see this user can only access the list option in module 1, and into M2 no access of any action method. In M3 we want this method to be available for this user. At the moment if I go, now actually our module is integrated into the application. The one thing was remaining, that was add that role to our application. Okay, that's it. Now at the moment this user don't have access to this action method. Now let's try to go to this action method. Before that, run it. Module 3. Okay, let's first log in this user. Okay, this is our authentication URL. I show you this. 605 here. Okay, let's go and authenticate this user. Let's take the token, and now is and let's now send a request to our module 3 and API. If you can see the what would be the endpoint, you go into help section here. Neglect, actually I have to remove that controller, that's why it's showing. Now here you can see get API values, so should be a get request and API values. Now if I go and send request to this, let's say authorization has been denied. Okay, now let's enable access for this user to access this action method. What I have to do, I have to assign that role to this user. Okay, this user ID is this, and now if I refresh, I will see the M3. Okay, that's it. Now the user role has been updated, so we have to re-log in to get the new claims. So let's log in again. Here we have new token, copy, go to again the get request of our module 3, 6749 is our module 3, and now let's update the header with new token. Now you can see we are able to get this, and also to show you this access has been enabled. If I go to here in my manage section, if I refresh, you can see get all is now checked. So that's it. That is how we can integrate other modules into our application. At the moment this is a demo, but this ensures that this can be doable 100%. So I will now go and design the flow application, how we will integrate a module into our application is I will decide what convention should be followed and what prefix should be used and how the project will be created. Okay, in next video I will show you I think pretty much I have shown you that we can manage access at action level, and also how we can integrate modules in our application. Now why not you give it try yourself? Just I will send you a file with instructions. You can create your own module. You will send me your code. I will integrate that module into this application. Okay, so that's it. Bye bye.